Hello and welcome again to the Contemplation Cafe. This is Paul, your host, inviting you to come inside, pull up a chair, and have a think or two. Today we're going to answer an insurance question. Well, maybe not so much a question as a statement, an insurance statement I've gotten through many, many years of working in the world of insurance. Inevitably, I would be contacted by a policyholder. They might need a rental car, or they might need a tow, or some other ancillary service, and would check the list of their coverages and then reply back to them, I'm very sorry, it doesn't appear that you have emergency road service, or it doesn't appear you've got a rental car, or whatnot. And the statement right after that is, but I've got full coverage insurance. And then I have the unfortunate task to educate them and pop the balloon that's been a perpetuated myth, a convenience term. So in case you haven't been told, in case you haven't been heard, the term full coverage is a myth. It doesn't exist. It's like a unicorn. Sounds really cool, but in reality, just doesn't exist. Full coverage insurance is a convenience term. It's a convenience term, don't know sure where it got coined from, but it has now been perpetuated both through the insurance industry, which is sad because they're the knowledge people, they know better, of course through the car dealerships and the finance companies, but it really is, it's nothing. It's a nothing burger, and unfortunately it causes confusion with people because no one tells you what it is. They just say full coverage. You get a negative expectation. That means that you've got every coverage in the book, and then when life happens and you call, come to find out you don't. So full coverage, the only thing full coverage is comprehensive and collision coverage, or depending on your state, collision and other than collision. That's it. Why? Because those are the only two coverages that cover your vehicle for physical damage. So if your car is leased or financed, the people who are lending you the money, or in this case allowing you to rent the vehicle with an option to buy, they don't want to pay for car damage that you do to their car or damage that may happen to their car. They want someone not named them to pay for it, which leaves it up to you and or your insurance company. Now, they don't care about your liability coverage. They don't care if you blow through a stop sign into a crowd of pedestrians and you get sued for everything you got. As long as their car's okay, they don't care about the rest of it. They don't care if you've got emergency road service. They don't care if you've got rental car. They don't care about anything else you have. All they care about is that you've got comprehensive and collision coverage to pay for damage done to the vehicle, so they don't have to do it. Now, there's one small caveat. Car leasing, or as Dave Ramsey likes to call it, car fleecing, but car leasing. So a car lease is simply renting with the option to buy. That's all it is. So now, in some states, that means that the leasing company is just as liable as you are for things that happen in that car because you're renting it from them. So in order to protect themselves from that thing called the trial lawyer, they also will mandate that you carry higher limits of liability coverage because in that regard it protects them from damage that you cause to other people and their stuff, or at least it should. So typically they may require you to carry $100,000 limits of liability coverage, which is a lot, especially if you're used to just paying the state minimum, which is $10,000 in my state. Now you're jumped up to $100,000. So that's the only exception to that rule. Otherwise, they really don't care about what happens to you. They don't care what the coverages you have. So don't fall into the trap. So if you've bought into it and said, well, I've got full coverage, and the answer probably is you only have comprehensive and collision. The other coverages are purely optional. You need to talk to your insurance people. You can also look at your insurance card. Some companies put the coverages you have on the card. Some companies don't. You have to pull up your declaration page or your renewal notice to see what coverages you're actually paying for. And that should definitely prompt you to contact your insurance people. Again, have that conversation and make them answer the questions to your satisfaction because you have the checkbook and that makes you the boss. And we've already talked about that previously, so we're not going to go back into the consumer empowerment spiel again. But again, no such thing as full coverage insurance. So I'll say it one more time. There is no such thing as full coverage insurance. All right. Thanks again for stopping by the Contemplation Cafe, and we'll see you again next time.